flanking, but the way High Coast played last game, and they have the same 3 cores, you'd have to expect to run back if they feel that comfortable.
They knew exactly what they were doing in game 1, High Coast. And
yep.
The choice is
definitely,
definite
eyes on Boom as well this game. Just to have a stronger time. Last game, he really struggled on the puck. It was not a great game for him.
No, he was completely focused fired. So that also is a good point as well. So if we're really lacking him in the last game, that maybe that'll be the difference maker to allow this Medusa to get the space and farm if Boom isn't just owned by an Orchid. This game, there won't be that Orchid. There's going to be Nurse Spirit Silence he has to play around, but there won't be a 12-minute Orchid.
As well, if Tobi can have a bit of a better time this time round on the Pango. As we saw on the KDA last time, the Timber performance was also rolled over here by High Coast.
Yeah, it should be the same thing for Shad, where he's getting the full free farm in this bottom lane, just like that Naga Siren. So he will at least have the opportunity to be able to, but it's just, will they actually be able to make him be able to be a driving force? At least Medusa can fight. That's the one thing I'm looking at. Naga Siren literally is just, you don't fight. Medusa, you get like your 1 or 2 items. You can actually play around your dream coils. You can get recalled then. So there is that possibility. And they do have Coddle for stacks. That's the other thing too, is Medusa can actually clear stacks. Naga Siren can't clear them at that speed at all. Be that accelerator.
If Aramis is able to enable Shad's sort of farm movements and stuff, as you say, just setting up the map for him, then this Coddle can definitely make work. We've seen it so many times that a good keep with the light player just makes the game so easy to play for his carries.
You're just able to do, honestly, Coddle feels like one of the most busted heroes. You're able to just do so much. You don't have disables, but you're just recalling people left and right. You're refreshing your recall. Your recall is so fast too, so you usually end up with the advantageous numbers in a lot of situations. So that could be the big difference. Coddle. But seeing mid Boom pressure Supream a lot. Supream still no bottle. Has to be careful of the double nukes that are coming out.
It's about to creep away from having it on its way out. Said Boom. Step ahead.
Ready.
Top, I mean Charlie, I'm in fine. Tobi a little behind. Aramis trying to do his best to keep Charlie on his toes, constantly blasting him. Make sure that he's having to use the Blade Fury defensively, so there's not the best amount of kill potential from High Coast in that safe lane for now.
Xibbe, if they can get a proc, no luck for Tobi. Perhaps they could have gotten there. The Enchantress can go down here, but I feel like none of the other heroes should die. Unless they really misplay, especially Tobi if he just swashbuckles too aggressively, which could happen.
Go for it there. He had the Blade Fury, Charlie, but not wanting to try and turn, was very low on the HP. Buckle.
Bottom, Chessie's not doing... I actually thought Chessie was going to get a bit more out of this one. He has a lot of denies, 10 denies, but only the 9 last hits down here. I guess the pulling of the wave and the messing with the creep manipulation and all that has actually slipped him up a little bit still on last hit. Because he's got a good base damage. That's the thing with Deuce, he has to get Wraith Bands to match your base damage. See, he's struggling a bit.
They're going to try for Tobi here. He just used the swashbuckling aggressively. And they're going to have him.
They got him.
They're going to have him. He's got to be careful up here. I mean, he obviously felt that he was careful enough because he went for the swashbuckle in a way that, you know, he was only sort of catching them from the very edge of it. But Xibbe able to step in, get that slow off, and easily allow Charlie to just close the gap and get the kill.
Bit of a misplay, bit of a slip up. If he had Aramis there, maybe a Chakras allows him to get the swashbuckle again off because the refresh, but yeah, he's not there. He did a slight mistake there from Tobi, punished.
Be careful. I mean, for now, Charlie, low on the mana. Getting any sort of mangoes or anything out. Nothing on its way, so not be any threat of a Blade Fury for a little bit.
Xibbe's got one. He can feed it if he's an opportunity. And he'll start the stacks. The Enchantress will do what looks like... What, is that the first stack of the game? It is. We actually have not seen any stacks yet from Aramis. And the opportunity to back up and go. Seleri.
Chessie from to that.
They are suffering up top now. Xibbe, he's found himself a big creep. He's got the best one, Satyr Tormentor now. Tobi, level 3, and the Jug is getting given full experience. I'm seeing Xibbe just staying away from the lane. Now even looking for Tobi. He's slowed up, so the Swashbuckle won't get him.
They're going to be able to find him.
Not finished.
This, as you said, this top lane, it's just not really achieving too much now on the side of Viking. It feels like it's just hard to play into now. Going up here, it's turning into a bit of a death trap. The levels are there for Charlie. He's about to have the level 6 as well, so they've had great kill potential so far. It's only going to get better. Yeah, the tip's coming out as well. As Charlie feeling confident up there with the way they've been able to take him down twice.
Now he's a self-sufficient safe laner. He can just be left alone as a Jug, and they can make moves around with the supports. We see immediately mid. They tried to collapse with 3. Won't quite get the kill, but they force a defensive coil. And yeah, we're gonna watch what Xibbe looks to do with his freedom now. He's right now he's taking the opposing triangle from the enemy team. So he's checking out to see if there's stacks, getting a nice aggressive ward down 2 to watch any puck rotations or if there were stacks. And then he can swing back over naturally to go for a gank play. He still has a centaur.
Charlie is starting to take tower hits that.
Offense.
Step back now. Charlie's going to bind.
Clarity now up on Charlie, and they still have the catapult, so they can continue to apply some pressure here. Centaur creep will eventually go down here. Yeah, they're getting some damage on the tower, which is not your usual that you see happen anymore.
I mean, where are the stacks, sir? When are we going to start seeing some stacking coming out from Viking?
I don't know, but I really want to see him, Aramis, get on that point soon. I like that. It's good that he's staying top, though, because it is his catapult wave. He has to stop this push. They don't want to lose an early tower around their triangle either. So at least he can hold that up, but he has to get this bottom boom.
Jump into Chessie. Nice to get the Dream Core to catch down Void Spirit as well, but Era's in with the backup. He's going to be able to jump out of the way of that Illuminate. He'll be okay. Kaboom chase another. Try for Era. The roll's still on cooldown. They'll be able to pick up the 2 of them. So Viking, they swing in with the 4 of them down bottom. And they'll get the couple of kills. The big one as well. Taking Chessie out of the lane. Continues to slow down his game as he was already having a tough time down it.
And Boom this time is the one with the very fortunate rotation, the counter rotation, catching the Void Spirit of the coil, so they can't actually get too aggressive. I like that Aramis, he actually decides to port bottom, so that means, hey, no stacks, but at least he can refresh and give the puck extra damage. And I'm seeing the top, Charlie and Xibbe are actually going to get this tower, it seems. They're really persisting forward on it.
Yeah, with Aramis making that move down bottom, he's not around this time to help de-push it. As
this is
8 minutes here on tower taken away. I mean, I feel like this is just going to... See what Charlie looks to do with his next moves, as he still has Omni at the ready, and he's gonna have his javelin picked up. Xibbe is just farming the triangle with a regular melee creep. He's chilling. Supream and Chessie. Be able to make the jump in onto Seleri. Boom. He's able to do it. Charlie.
He's here now, though.
I mean, he's in onto Shad. And he's going to get a pretty good, few splashes off there with the Omni Slash. Only a couple of bounces off the target. Everything else on top of him. Shad's gone. It just continues to be just perfect play from Charlie.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
making
attack.
the move at as good a time as any. Coming down here and now putting the pressure onto the tower.
Dyer's
and they have Jug versus Coddle, counter pick matchup in the past where you just plop healing ward, counteracts any of the Illuminate D-push. On it. Versus a Medusa lineup, 2 tier 1s taken pre-10 minutes. Viking trying to punch back and at least get some damage onto these opposing side lanes, but it's already the creeps are being pulled and bottom tower's dead. Yeah. Now they can look to invade. And Shad's jungle is not safe. His triangle is warded too. This is not looking too easy over Viking.
And he doesn't have no stacks. There's no stacks.
He has no stacks at all.
No stacks this game. I don't think there's been literally a single stack when we bring up that
There you go. There's going to be one.
Oh, here we go. Oh, okay, there was the one I think that might have just been on a small count.
Radiant's bottom
at least some progress being made here around the Ancients now.
Dyer's top tower is under attack.
Right, so it's a passive game is going to have to be there for Viking as top tower. They do start to take this out here, and High Coast doesn't look to actually set up to defend it right now at the moment. Actually, they're bringing Void Spirit, leaving the. Okay, they left the availability open for the tower TP, but they don't try to actually. I guess Chessie just summoned his book bottom, and he's probably the only one who can go. And without book, it's not really useful up there. But
The jump. They're on a Tobi, the Dragon Man with the Remnant into the silence, and the burst of the Astral Step will do it.
Very nice.
You fought well for a role.
Boom punch back though. There is both Astral Steps used, but he's not even going to attempt for it.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Good old items here as well. High Coast, they left the Fairy's Trinket ready for Supreme.
Lovely, lovely. And that's Maelstrom done. So Charlie, he has his steroid finished nice and early on. Shad still a bit away from the Yasha. We'll start to work on at least the one ancient snack that he made himself. He is being watched the entire time though. That invasive one that's early on. They're completely aware of this. Up the High Coast, how they want to maximize versus. It looks like it's just a little bit of farm downtime.
I mean, yeah, the wards from High Coast. The map's super safe.
Yeah.
All up and down this whole area. It's pretty much impossible for Viking to make any sort of move. And as you say, High Coast able to have very good information on the progression of Viking's cause, thanks.
Definitely going to look to invade, probably more though on High Coast in the next moments. When Chessie it does get back onto the map, I think they should go to siege probably this mid tower. Maybe start just forcing in bottom and then just get a good wraparound in order to try to take this one out. Because it's still full health mid tower. It's very nice for Viking as it does protect that triangle a bit. And they have put down 2 wards to protect the triangle too. Sure, they lost that top tower, but
the spirit is true.
Well, you would say that the different thing this time round. Oh, error.
Lee?
He's got eyes on Tobi. I mean, if Tobi comes out, Error might have the opening here from Invis. So, yeah, Tobi playing it smart. Safe under the tower. Find him. Starts swinging around towards the mid.
He's giving good information just from this. And it's a little bit different this game because they don't have the Chen. You know, Chen is a really big enabler of just really forcing the issue of taking these towers. That's why you see them a little bit slower this time around, backing up, waiting for these next few items. The Beastmaster is not. He's not very farmed this game, so it's not like he has a very early book 3. So they kind of have to wait a little bit of time before they really kick up the hard invasion. Which is, I mean, positive for Viking. Shad getting all this time to farm. They're not losing their puck this time. Boom.
They're not.
Having a much better game.
Yeah, I mean, definitely life is made a little easier where there's not a shaman hunting him down every time.
They're trying to force this mid tower, but Aramis is just blasting it all the way back so that it makes it so much harder for them to ever do any aggressive plays here. He's constantly pushing in those lanes. His bottom.
Error.
Oh my God.
Actually able to make it away there. Weren't quite able to turn and get the angle to put a stop to his escape.
Okay.
I'm going to have Viking come out straight away with the smoke. They know there's no roar.
Shad for a second here.
Try and make the jump. Charlie can't quite close the gap to get the Omni Slash off him. For the better that he didn't, as Viking are right behind Shad with the smoke. Charlie's going to go for the rune. It's a bit of a bait though, they're waiting. Is he going to be able to get out of this? He is. The opportunity's there to blade through it right out. So he's committed with the split, but you're right. Dream Coil and split down the drain.
I think he just walk away. I think he just laughed themselves to the bank. High Coast, 2 ults expended. Nothing, just push. Chessie force down bottom. Enchantress continue pushing up top lane. Charlie continue farming. Now you have no threat for Supream. Supream can play a little bit more aggressive for the next few moments without those 2 up. Coming up.
Yeah, just not having enough to stop that spin right now. I mean, they really don't. What is there? There's the silence of the puck. That's pretty much it. Every other time, there's easily going to be a window for Charlie to get his way out.
Yeah, they have to have Tobi there perfectly for the silence, the coil, the rolling thunder bouncing him back and forth. That's it. They don't really have control in their draft besides ultimate.
Chad's farm still there at the top, but saw that last game. Did not matter. Definitely sort of similar this time round, but I mean, you would still say that when Shad does turn up this game, he's going to be able to have a bit more impact as a Medusa compared to the Naga Siren last game?
Yeah, absolutely. Aramis actually ends up surviving Supream. He double committed. Coil's back up.
I will be there.
Baited in a little bit there.
Shad should be able to do much more than I just Medusa overall as a hero actually does stuff. Naga Siren is you're just right clicks and you hope for Riptide plus, and it's all just based off your items. Medusa, your abilities actually do something. Stonegate's very impactful inside of those team fights. For it. And you're not single target. You hit everybody, thankfully. Your Naga Siren is just focus firing one person. Boom. We'll be able to step away. Decent chunk of damage on that mid tower too.
He steps out into this. Ooh, actually able to roll away there. Nearly looked like he was going to get knocked back into a position where someone would be able to block his escape.
The hell? The blinding light just like pushed him, but pushed him through his. I don't know what just happened. That was.
But what do you mean?
Book 3 online. Looked like it pushed him away from the boulder, but somehow he like appeared on it anyway. I don't know. Chessie has the book 3. They're going for the surround. Coil is down. Advantage of it for 10 seconds. Ward is spotting Chessie though, so they know this entire wrap round is happening. Coil's back online. No.
I mean, it's a lot of damage on Charlie. Charlie.
Healing Ward's dead.
Chessie. He finds the roll on Tobi. They've got enough damage to take him out. They jump over the burst over yet again. Shad pops the Stone Gaze. Dream Coil only down onto the Void Spirit.
Fine.
As he weighs into the silence.
Oh, is he?
But he's got the Yules. Supreme. He's going to be able to jump straight back out. Down to the low ground and he's away. Boom's trying to chase him. But with the Dissimulate, Supreme will manage to keep himself safe. Over to the side. Seleri continues to chase down Chessie. They'll find the trade. Both off laners going down. Error.
Xibbe.
Might get Aramis here. He's got the ult down. He should have the damage. So Error be able to pick up a second or Celeri's coming over. Supreme's going to have that final bit of damage to secure the kill. Boom does take down Xibbe. The fight's not over yet though from High Coast with the Omni Slash. Comes in from Charlie. Cuts down the Brew. Silence out onto Eris. They're cleaning up here as Eris taken out by Boom. Charlie as well. Blade Fury's back and available. So he will manage to roll away. Viking's going to keep chasing. Let's see if they can close the gap on this, but Charlie's out to the side. But a nice little clean up there from Boom. 3 kills for the puck this time round. High Coast will get some action themselves. But Viking definitely coming in with the bigger hit so far. The fight
Shad
might not be over yet though. Shad, he's up on the high ground. He's losing his mana to these Necro books. We'll get a bit of a burst of it back from Aramis. Tobi rolling in. They're coming in with the respawns. Vikings got to be very cautious as they try their best to disengage into the river. They've got the silence set him onto Boom, but with the illusion, Boom's able to remove it. Turns Dreamcore down onto Error and Supreme. Error, he'll fall. It's another kill for Viking.
We're seeing a just leaps and bound difference from the puck this game. Boom is not controlled. He's able to get all of his spell arsenal off. I think that last fight he got 5 orbs, 5 silences off, multiple different stuff with the Witchblade. They got so many different abilities off. Even Shad, I think got 4 or 5 Mystic Snakes off while they're chasing, and we're seeing a much better defensive aspect of Viking this time.
Has been denied.
This time, High Coast without the Chen, they can't brute force these towers. They can't brute force the fights as hard. Tower barely taking any damage.
Super close game, and Shad keeping a step ahead here.
Definitely feeling the power of the Medusa much quicker, and yeah, definitely just a big difference though for Boom. He's not dying at the start of the fights. He's getting so many spells off. He's actually an impactful man rather than just it really felt like last game he was a support puck with how much he was just getting killed after one spell was casted. Now he's actually a hell of a lot more.
See the all-important item that's going to make a difference for Boom's play is going to be that Ags on Supreme, and he's got it done.
Radiant
still
scanning.
He's quite a way away from it.
I was like, whoa.
Yeah, if he had it done, then it'd be very rough for Boom.
Charlie?
Has been killed.
And onto him. Also the chasers, they're going to try and continue to get on top of him. Another swashbuckles in. Charlie is able to turn with the Omni Slash, but there's 4 of them here. They tank it up, they take him out. Charlie down and out, and as we saw there as well, losing his courier. He pretty much had the Manta, but that's going to be the ultimate orb out of the game for the next 2 minutes.
That's huge, actually, yeah. He's not going to have the ways to remove the silence, be able to play around any of that at all. That's going to give a lot of opportunity for Viking to just keep playing aggressive and fast.
Yeah.
The fact that they're able to make aggressive moves is definitely a bit of a concern for High Coast. The team with Medusa is able to actually punch back and make their own individual plays. Definitely not a good sign. They really need to just get a couple things going better, just protect Charlie better. But I think you're right. It's the next big thing really is going to be around that Ag's Void Spirit. It feels too difficult for him to address everything. They have 1 silence for the Earth Spirit. They have 1 roar from the Beastmaster, but there's a Brew Split. There's a Puck running rampant in the fight. Rolling Thunder too. Fights are quite complicated for them to actually CC and control these guys before they... And then Shad just chills. You know, Shad's just chilling in the back. Medusa.
Oh, looking very good. Starting.
Tobi.
The butterflies with the plant. Yeah, he's going to roll his way out of this. Nothing's going on up here.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And as soon as he TPs to base, we have the recall come in, so he's back on the map immediately. They're going to smoke and look for themselves, perhaps play. He's actually going to be the one to show himself and push out the way bottom instead.
The void within.
Shad definitely getting to this position where it's really hard to see how he's actually going to die in these team fights. The most of their damage is this Omni Slash, and unless Shad's standing in some position where he's a mile away from anything else, it's unlikely they're going to be able to really focus down this Medusa. Shad's really starting to approach this early game unclippable territory.
It really does feel like they're going to be very lacking in damage, especially on top of the Greaves that Tobi has, and you're going to have to always count in the fact that Aramis is going to be shockering this Medusa, so a secondary Mystic Snake plus all that mana refill. This is not a good place. This is not the place where High Coast wants to be at all. This Medusa is way too big. And this is not where their draft wants to be, positioning of it. They want to be way more ahead. The fact that it's even at all is always just a bad sign for this Jug Beastman.
And the fact that, you know, they did take the 2 side tier ones pretty quickly this game. But mid tier 1 still stands. Viking with that have been able to maintain enough control of their half of the map. But Shad's getting all the space. Pressure is really on for High Coast. They don't come in with a big sort of move in the next 5 minutes or so. It does feel that this game is going to fall into the territory where Shad is just going to reign supreme here.
Oh, that's confusing though. You just said it. I just heard I was like, Shad Supreme? What the hell? But yeah, Medusa will definitely take control of this game. There's the axe. Okay.
All right, they've got to do something with it. They've got to go.
Yeah. Pick up that tempo.
They lost Chessie.
Oh no.
This is not how they wanted to start it. It'll pop the roar. It's not going to be enough to bring down Seleri in return. As it really hurts. Any sort of little loss like that around this timing where High Coast have really got to get something done.
And they're trying to go for the invasion play. They're trying to look for this Medusa because they see him split up, but Shad is more than aware. You can't lose Chessie like that. This is their window. This is their big window. The Ag's timing on the Void Spirit to actually address and silence the Brewmaster, silence the Puck. You can actually control him a little bit better. And now you just need to wait, so it gives the Medusa time to find a little bit more time to farm for everything, same as the rest of the team side of Viking. Really costly death.
One up there.
He's found.
To find the Keeper of the Light. The rest of High Coast are coming in though. Boom. He's going to drop the coil down onto Era. Look to try and take out the Earth Spirit. Is there anything Era can do to get out of this? He's out with a roll. But boom. He's chasing. Nice little block off as well. Era's kind of tanky with the cloak and the Ogre Club, but not really tanky enough. Tobi takes him down. Again, High Coast just losing
Radiant's
members,
courier has
and
been
they
killed.
need the full 5 really to get something done. Every time they lose just one hero, even if it is a 1-for-1 trade,
Radiant
really hurts
structures are fortified.
the pace that High Coast need to be playing against this Deucer, as every passing minute where Vikings
Radiant's
don't lose an
bottom tower
objective is
under attack.
definitely going to be a minute that Vikings happy to live through.
Radiant's
Couldn't say it better myself. Charlie will at least get the bottom tower, but yeah, you feel that looming threat as Xibbe.
Wounded to my
He walks
heart.
in and gives Boom a kill.
22 did
5-0-6 on the puck. Involved in every single one of the kills for his team. Charlie's spin is actually still on cooldown.
The TP.
Now it, or sorry, the TP.
Yeah.
Apologies. The TP, yeah. But now it's up. Be able to back away. That was a little.
Well, that was a little close. I mean, Dreamcoil was about to come up as well. But he gets away. Viking, they're into the pit, and with only 4 members up, as I say, it's very hard for Viking to do something unless they... sorry, High Coast to do something unless they want to try and go for the steal.
Nice wrap. Look at Charlie's positioning. He's wrapping completely around, getting
This is
high.
captured by surprise. They're grouped up here. It's going to be a big Omni Slash as they take out Seleri. They take out Tobi. They were not ready at all for Charlie to come into that angle. As he's losing mana, he's losing life. Tobi's trying to come in, but Shad's already taken down. They were not ready one bit for Charlie to come in like that. As Tobi's crashing into the Rolling Thunder, maybe they can still turn it back in their favor. Dream calls down. Charlie, Blade Fury's back up. He's away. They surround Tobi. Tobi, he's getting low. Seleri and Boom trying to do their best to keep Tobi alive here, but they cannot do so. Tobi will fall. Glimmergate keeping Xibbe alive as he's out to the side. Silence into the red, but they grab Boom. Can they finish him off into the silence again from the Resonant Pulse?
Oh my
They
God.
take down Boom. Xibbe still alive. Seleri couldn't quite find him. They're on top of him. As it's going to be a dieback from Tobi, a dieback from Seleri. And that all started with really Charlie just being able to walk around from the high ground and just start things off with a very grouped up Omni Slash.
He just, it's everything of how he does it. He just walks up because he knows he's this confident jug with a mantis, so he can't get silenced or comboed. He gets perfect vision of the fight, and they stack so hard. 3-man silence from Void Spirit into 3-man Omni perfectly. Shad's isolated. Could not have done it more perfect there, High Coast.
I mean, that's a huge shake-up from Viking. Viking, you know, they're going to be feeling the 6K difference now. And now, after Viking work, you see Shad. Might actually just get Chessie here. Chessie to lead him with the Raw. Supreme jumping in with the extra bit of control. I mean, can they actually take down Shad though? He's still quite the beast to deal with. They need the jug. Without Charlie, this is never really a kill. So Shad.
They need the jug, or they need just him controlled with the book hitting him and burning his mana as well. There is an invis though, and there's still an arcane rune on Supreme.
Yeah, he's going to be able to get in. Silence on the Boom into the Remnant. They've jumped the pop. Boom's over the side. They've got him.
They got him again.
And he buys back here. Boom really wanting to try and hit back. He jumps in. He's looking for Rara. And get the Dream Call down onto the 2 of them. As they're rolling up, but again, the silence from the pulse. He just stops Tobi's attempted initiation with the Rolling Thunder. Tobi's still trying to chase, but Supreme has still got steps to go. He's away, he's out of there. So again, it's another buyback coming out from Viking. I mean, they've used pretty much 3 buybacks here in the last minute or so. And that buyback from Boom, I mean, it sends High Coast back, but not quite able to catch anyone. High Coast get everybody else out of their level. See this wrap around. They just weren't ready for this one bit. Supreme and Charlie jumping in and just destroying these heroes to start the fight off.
Could not have asked for a better one there, though. We did see Viking start to punch back. It was Shad kind of leading the charge there, the strong tanky Medusa. But another buyback, you know, Boom, another one used, and what? That's 3, I believe.
3 buybacks, yeah.
So the Puck, the Brew, and the Pango for the next 2 fights. Very concerning if they do get taken out. And Boom has to be more careful now. He went greedy. We didn't get to touch on this too much, but he went for Aether Lens this game rather than going for Yules to protect himself.
Wait, what?
These silences are making him have big problems in the last 2 fights after he picked up Aether Lens.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. Yeah, I mean, because you see sort of the blink after the Witch's Blade, that's already like, oh, okay.
Radiant
I mean,
are scanning.
you know, so that's standard. We're seeing Pucks play like this, and he feels that. But that's just even if he gets hit by the silence, he's taking damage still from the pulse. So it's not like you're going to be able to blink out whilst you're silenced, because you've been hit. You've taken a blow to yourself. As you say, the choice to try and go into the lens to get this Octarine done, it's ever so risky. I mean, and it's not like he has a support to bail him out, and there's no items to do so either. There's a 4-staff. That's sort of as good as it gets from Aramis. But other than that, yeah, he's a huge liability in these fights if Supream can find him. And there's another Arcane Rune on Supream for the next fight, so he's going to have to deal with so many silences just coming out left, right, and center if they don't kill Supream.
Yeah, I'm really curious to why he went that, because they're playing with the 4 protect 1, right? So why do you not just go for the safer plays where you can just protect your mid? But hey, it might hurt him quite a lot, as we did see it just pay. You know, he paid with his life twice there in the last situations.
Tower is under attack.
And he's getting scanned. They're chasing at him.
I mean, if they catch him here. Error. He's in. Oh, boom. He's off to the side. He's got the orb out. He's having to use the coil there to hold the 2 in the back. But the silence from Error. They catch him. They found the opening. They're in on him. He's got nothing to remove it, nothing to get out. He's dead for 100 seconds, Fog. I think this iron build, it's really shot. He's shot himself in the foot.
I think so too.
After having such a good opening.
Like snowballing. I think he felt the snowball when they were on the Roche, and he just bought it thinking that, oh my god, we're in a great place with Dusa. There's no way they kill him. There's no way that they kill me either, because I'm just rallied around Dusa the whole time. This is giving a full window to High Coast to just win. 80 seconds. How the hell do you fight without your pot now?
You don't. There's a free rush. It's a free rush here for High Coast. You've got no other ways of getting in the pit.
Look at Charlie. Like, a full Scotty now picked up 2, getting ready for the Shard. He's gonna have agents as well. Uh-oh. I don't know if Medusa's gonna be able to do this one on her own. She's still very large with this butterfly going for this Daedalus build, but she's quite alone now. This puck getting caught twice now has just ruined his game completely. Chessie on the hunt for Aramis.
I just find him. He does. He's able to catch him with the raw. TPs are coming in, but Aramis is already down.
Chessie's out.
Instantly away with the TP. Quick moves there from Chessie.
Now they're just waiting. Someone's showing.
Whoa, they've got the catch. Supreme's in, set up onto Tobi. They're starting to fall apart. I mean, and this game as well, it really just seemed that, sort of about 5 or so minutes ago, the Viking, they were being able to hold it off. You saw, they were keeping this game in a great place for Shad. Shad was incredibly farmed, but now sort of the supporting cast, everyone around him, it's just getting dismantled by High Coast. Some decisions being made from Viking that are heavily hurting them as High Coast. This whole game's just back on track for them to hit the timings and start to push the advantage. As they've got quite an advantage here. 12k lead, and Charlie just massive.
Yeah, he's actually able to now very much so threaten the Medusa. Medusa, she's been at the 2100 HP threshold for quite a long time now after the Scotty was finished. Yeah. He does evasion, but Charlie's going to be able to just do that pretty soon when he gets to the next item. They've set themselves up for a really good game. And Viking just completely on the back foot now. Like, Boom is just in a weird spot where he's got Octarine, but if he gets caught by a single silence, he might just die in all of these situations, and there's a lot of them.
Trying to hold his ground here, but they're opening up with the roar. They're in onto him. Charlie, he's going to have the Omni Stage ready to go as well, and here it is, bouncing around. He's able to take down 1, take down 2. Tobi to fall. Shad gets the ult off. It will kill us Supream, but he's out of mana. Shad's trying to run. They'll just stay on target. Shad's out of the game. It's 3 dead, no buyback. They're taking out Seleri as well through the primal split. Triple kill for Charlie. They're falling apart completely, Viking. This should be High Coast being able to at least take a Rax. I mean, with 4 dead, no buyback, they're just going to do so much damage to the base. It's very hard to see how Vikings swing this one around. They seem to have lost it completely.
It really does feel like they lost it. That whole wraparound from High Coast around the Roche, they broke Viking. These last 8 minutes have been a disaster for them. Just dying one by one. Not having the strength that they thought they did. Medusa, Shad felt like he could stand in the middle there, but by no means. Even if the Omni gets shared amongst all these units among the split, still was more than enough to kill him. At the end of the day, it's 2 racks advantage. No hope now for Viking.
Very, very well done it by High Coast. I mean, as we said,
Charlie and Supream really stepping it up today. They like this game. 10, 2, and 6 on Charlie. Supream again, 2, 6, 2, and 11. These two are really stepping up their game.
And High Coast, they're just taking everything here. Now be the Roar to set up on the Seleri. They're moving in. Rolling Thunder does come out from Tobi. Controlling Charlie a little bit, but he's still able to put the blade through. He moves in onto Seleri. The Brew's down. The buyback will be available. High Coast, they will respect the respawn of Shad. They'll back off, but more than happy with what they were able to take there. 2 sets of racks, a buyback here and there. 21k gold lead now.
Damage is absolutely done. The graph tells the story of this game. That moment where that graph just starts dipping, that's where the Roche is. That's where they start buying back. That's where it was like Viking was starting to get their footing back, keeping the game super even, and just a big hit. High Coast now running away with it. Viking can't actually get outside their base confidently at all versus all this map control.
And if you thought there was any chance of Boom being able to play around the High Coast lineup, you've now got to deal with an Abyssal Blade on the Void Spirit.
Oh my, yep. Okay. More control for him.
Yep.
And he was having such a good game. It was literally just, it all abruptly happened, but he was having such a flawless game on the puck until those. He caught them off guard. And High Coast, they hit big when they were big timing. It's really been the biggest thing here is now with such gold injection too. Everyone rich. Charlie with a full butterfly after that.
They're going to force out the Stone Gaze from Shad. They'll wait this out. They don't care at all. Charlie's going to be more than fine. Ealing Ward's out. It's got the Omni Slash good to go. Supream is straight in. He's in with the Abyssal on the Boom. Full of Roars there. They move in. They take out Boom. Boom's down. He'll buy back. Tobi comes in with the Rolling Thunder. Looking over on Charlie. Charlie just commits him with the Blade Through. He takes down Seleri. See what he turns towards now. They do get the jump back over onto Charlie, pushing it back. The agency expires. Oh, it's expired. It expires a second before he dies. Is this Charlie out for 90? Can Viking get anything more off the back of this defense? They chased it in. Tobi leading the way, but Supreme just cuts across. It's going to be Tobi down. Remnant dragging Shad.
They want to mess with Shad.
No, they want to kill everybody else. They want to take everyone else down. Boom and Aramis, they are able to back away. Shad. They got the damage to get through him. Oh, man, to dodge there with the rolling boulder. They're
going for the racks.
They are poking at him, and Dara and Chessie, they're looking for the objectives, and they've got the Necro books on it as well. They're just messing with Shad, keeping him away from the defense, allowing Chessie to claim the Megas, and he'll do so. Mega creeps are out now. As the High Coast will happily split up, get out. Chessie's going to be able to TP away in the trees. They won't even be able to catch him.
Supream almost died there at the end, but yeah, damage is done. They came in and hit hard. Didn't care about committing an Omni Slash onto the puck there. They know how important Boom is. Boom gets disabled, gets Abyssal, gets Omni. The Omni actually bounced and killed all the Brew split afterwards too in the fights. Just devastating hits there from High Coast and just really understanding what targets to go for. Again and again, High Coast really impressive today.
Gotcha.
Well, there is only really one thing that could lead to a potential turnaround, and it is that rapier on Shad. Nearly got the gold for it.
Okay. Yeah, I thought he had the Daedalus queued up. I was really hoping
the
that he'd
rapier.
switch it up, and he did. Yeah, I mean, versus the butterfly too from the Jug, it just, you have to go. Well, it's going to be a real uphill battle as Mega Creep wave is starting to come over and meeting versus their wave.
Dude, everyone's just getting big items on High Coast with this sort of money. We've got like an MKB on Xibbe. We've got a Hex on Error.
Okay. Yeah, just some
casual support items, you know.
We'll call those a tier 4 support items, you know.
Is there any way that Viking hold this? It's going to be so hard. They're so close to having that rapier.
To have the gold.
He's got to sell something up to buy. I mean, how much is the one going to give him? Just a few hundred. So he's still not quite there. He needs a few more waves out of this with the Megas. It's taking time. I don't even know if he's going to be able to really get out and pick it up from the secret shop. It's going to be very hard. He's got to do some top tier sneaky movements with this courier.
They've got a ward right on top.
Yeah,
they probably know also that the only way Medusa wins this game is if Medusa buys a rapier. So if they just sit around this, they can actually kill it. And okay, there's the relic. Lock it. Good. Make sure you lock it. But they see it, so they know. Rapier's gonna be purchased soon. They're hunting for it. Hawk is on it.
They've got it. Last relic out of the game for 3 minutes and 40 seconds. and that is probably going to be 3 minutes and 40 seconds too long.
Okay, Shad, I think sell your wand and just buy a small crit. Honestly, at this point, he needs anything he can get, but I don't even know if that's even a good option, honestly.
It's High Coast, ready to start. Looking to close this one out.
Yep. All they have to do now, if they want to be patient, wait for the 2 side lanes to come in.
Era's in.
He's going to come in when they see
Era's able to get him with the Hex into the Roar. They've locked down Boom. Boom, is he able to jump out of this? No, it's Supream's in with the Abyssal. Boom's taken out. Shad will pop the Stone Gaze, but they're able to kite it out. They don't care about it too much. Rolling Thunder will come crashing in onto Charlie, but Charlie's still able to get the Omni Slash off as Tobi will be taken out. Seleri as well falls to the power of the Juggernaut. Triple kill for Charlie. They turn towards Shad. They'll pick him up outside of the base. There's no escaping High Coast here. As GG is called, High Coast, they'll take game 2. And with that, the completed series 2-0 here. High Coast against Viking. As Viking, they just have another rough day at the office. This has not been a great league for them at all so